Everybody in, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the messages if you feel like it. We here with another banger for y'all. How everybody doing?
What up, though?
Hey, I'm just
What's
cool.
up with it?
Hey, just chilling, man. Just taking it easy. Got a lot of stuff on my mind that I want to get off.
So, what we doing today?
What's on your mind?
See, there's so many different things that we battle and go against every day, and we always looking at it from just a physical point of view. And I look at it like there's more that meets the eye when we're dealing with this thing called life slash the matrix. You know what I mean? So are we really operating in just a state of just trying to be a person that's surviving in this shit, or do we actually have a true mission that we have to accomplish while we're here?
Well, everybody have a purpose, and sometimes people get reincarnated and brought back for that purpose until they complete it.
Facts. What you feeling, Ken Folk?
I mean, it's like, but what, like when you fail the mission, what happened though?
Bring your ass back.
You got to do over.
But your duo you might come back this thing. I don't know, but your duo might be a raccoon or a spider or an ant or something. Like you don't know what your do over in flesh. Like that's not a guarantee though, is it?
Depending on what you what you call the reincarnating part, because most people who are dealing with karmic retributions of past lives, a lot of souls have to go through a lot of changes and a lot of different uh, traumas and things, and sometimes you got to come back. And what I mean by coming back is that the life that you had the last time might not be as easy as this one that you got now. So you might have to come back, and then the parts that you didn't finish, those going to be the main focuses of you coming into your supreme self.
Right. So my take on that is I do believe that you come back, but it's like people that used to be on that what's that Wayne Brady show.
Yeah.
They be in one a bicycle or a TV or a living room set, and they be like, "Well, you want to pick another room," and they end up coming back getting a zonk, and that
Mm,
zonk is for the other team. You only have two sides. You know what I mean? You
right.
have light and you have dark. So some people say, "Hey, I want to see if it's something better than the light," and it's nothing else to pick outside of that but the dark, and they come back and operate as darkness. So most people come back and beat people's karma because they don't have no other choice. They become karma for people,
And I believe
and
that.
yeah, yeah, and we attracted to certain energies, so we're gonna be attracted to that karmic because you know what I mean. There's something about them that's familiar, but not knowing that they are poisonous snake.
And that might be a reflection of you that you have to shed. You see, because
Yeah,
most of the
yeah,
stuff that irritate us in life be the shit that we don't like seeing. Like it's like a mirror image of our own shit, right? So I think that when we see it in somebody else, it irritates us. But if we're dishing the shit out on our own construct, we're all right with it, type shit.
nah, them is facts, man. People hate what they're not, and what they not is what you be. And when I come around you, I gotta be frustrated. And some people be thinking I'm mad at you, but nigga, I'm just mad at myself because
What,
I'm a failure.
what about the
And I,
people? What about the NPCs that sit there and stop people's karma?
you say the who?
The NPCs are people who stop others' karma, like
Uh,
preventing the karma coming to them. Like sometimes children try to jump into something they don't know nothing about, and they're preventing the karma happening to their parents.
I think personally, I don't think you can prevent it. I think you can prolong it.
Mm.
All you do is take on somebody else's karma that you had no business involving yourself in, because that person still got to pay that debt. You got to pay your debt. You don't get up out of that bill.
So I want to go a
You know
little
what I
bit
mean?
deeper on this topic since we talking about karmic. What is karma, right? Like we know, like that we always heard the saying, "What goes around comes around," right? But this is the thing that I was getting at the beginning of this conversation about. I just know there's way more that meets the eye than we actually can see. This is why we feel things. This is why our hairs on our body stand up in certain scenarios and situations we're in. Like this shit is realer than what we know, as far as what we can't see, right? So how do we operate like that in a world where most of the people are like looking at the physical world as if it's actually real?
Yeah.
Man,
And
go ahead.
I've been seeing a lot. Speaking of that, because I went to school for law, and it messed me up with a lot of stuff that I see now is that it's all a lie. Like a lot of stuff, a lot of people gonna be mad when the truth come out because I was kind of pissed off. But like I even seen posts saying that the government should have been taken down for all of the lies that they presented to humankind, like us.
Right.
Yes, yeah. So that like that what she talking is real. Is like because just the shock and awe of right of this understanding that there's way more going on than us getting up, going to work, paying bills, and I think that's one of the main reasons why the focus is on keeping our minds extra busy, so we don't got that extra time to be able to, get into our own minds.
Yeah, right. That goes back to an old story. I don't know if it was King Zyra or something, but yeah, the government is nothing but a distraction. That's when they were talking about seeds in the Bible. That was like the government of those times. It's a distraction to keep you from living your purpose. You only got so much time, you know what I mean, to operate.
Hmm.
So, if I make you send your kids to school, if I make you go to work, if I make you have to make doctor's appointments, if I make you have to go to DHS or
That's
whatever they
the
get going on,
that's
job
the
interviews, like,
you heard me, Vinny. That's the programming. They keeping you distracted and programmed in the matrix, so you really don't see what's really going on, like around you.
right. They done desensitize us from reality. So, like, most people, you got to think today's time, most people intelligence come from the same platform of the people that you don't like. And once you inform yourself with that information, you think you're intelligent, but it still don't work for you because you're just full of some information that don't benefit you and nobody around you.
And,
Right.
We we we've been uprooted. We've been disconnected. You know what I mean? Because the way your kids run outside right now with no shoes on, people will whoop their kids' ass for that shit.
I
That's how
think,
far we've been uprooted.
but I think a lot of people are still like, cause I had a friend of mine even asked that, like, so what's the solution? What's the way out? Like, don't nobody know the way out of the matrix. Like they feel like, you know what I'm saying, that I gotta get up and go to work. I gotta get up and go make this paper money. Like they don't understand the paper is the control. That's why they trying to change everything to be digital, including money. because they're going to control the money. So if you piss the government off, they could just turn your debit card off because all your money under. That's why they're trying to make it digital. See, that's goes back to what you say about the eye. That's a visual. The digital money is a visual. Now just imagine when it go to zero. Somebody just swipe it to zero. Then it's going to cause chaos because people still believe that money, the paper that they made to control, is, you know what I'm saying? That's their world.
Mm-hmm. And I
All
think
right. So look, what'd you say?
I was about to say, and I think that's where we're at that pinnacle where we're splitting timelines on that point right there that you're speaking on, because we've been operating in a system where it's
They
been,
showing us that the money don't really mean nothing.
and it's
That's how they
actually,
about to make it. That's why they're talking about making it digital.
and financial status has been the god of that world that we once were basically in. And you can kind of see it diminishing, but it's not gonna, the residue won't show up until later. See, we live in this microwave era. And what I mean by that is that, like you was just saying, because I wanted to pin off of what you was saying, and you too, Vaughn, about far as people learning so much information, right? But not being able to apply it in life, right? But this is what, like,
We don't even have a way out of that. Trying to figure that out, because it's like every time you go buy a car, it's always coming with some kind of conflict or stress. And you buy a house, it's going through conflict and stress. That's something that they are programming us that we we feel like, you know what I'm saying, that they feel that we need it. You see what I'm saying? And you really don't need it.
and that's what I was going to say is that I think that there's no way out. I think there's only a way in. And it's like we looking outside of ourselves and we're the actual hero. We're the one that we're looking to save our own ass, right? Because guess what? When you was in tight situations and nobody came to your rescue and you had to take care of some business and you actually accomplished those goals, man, did somebody come swooping in with a cape to help you with that shit? And this is where you got to get out of the physical way of thinking and get to thinking into the outer body, and then looking to seeing what you actually doing and what you're accomplishing, right? Because the Matrix, this shit we live in, I have us doing mad stuff and then thinking we still ain't doing enough.
Oh yeah.
So like,
Like what? Oh, don't forget the trauma. Like, because like, even like I see myself, because my parents didn't do for me what they did for other kids. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, my kids gonna go to school and not be bullied because they didn't only had a little, they got a little bit of stuff. So that's why I dress my kids the way I want to dress them. But please, it's still on a budget, so I'm not trapped.
Now, now,
And
now let's think of that on a spiritual level, and then I'm gonna
Mhm.
let you speak your wisdom after this, Kenfolk. Now think about this on a spiritual level. Now, by them not doing all of those things for you, when you looking at yourself now where you're in the position and then you looking at how they're operating in their lives, who actually won,
Well,
right?
I could see that now. I did like
That goes back to what I was saying. When you standing in the shit, you can't see the flowers that's outside of you, that's around. You know what I mean? Because what they thought they were doing to break you down actually helped you out later on, because it helped you elevate. It helped you learn how to be self-sufficient. It taught you how to be able to survive in a jungle
and
and come out that
and it
motherfucker.
taught me how to stay out the shit.
There you
I
go.
stayed away from the shit.
Yeah.
I stayed away from the toxic family members. I stayed away from the toxic friends. Like, I walked away from a lot of situations, but that's you being programmed, and they keep you in shit, basically. But if you stay away and they still calling you back to the fight, then who the problem? Who the miserable one?
That's when you allowing the NPC to control your actions. What you feel about that, fam?
I mean, I just go back to like, them social experiences that you have.
Yeah.
That's why, I try to, I promote the documentary Social Dilemma. A social experience, like they had 5 helmets, and the person got on the elevator, they already was wearing a helmet. So the next person got on, looked at the rack of helmets and looked at the person with the helmet on, didn't ask no questions, and
Grab it.
put a helmet on.
Mm.
Went to the next floor. Next person got on the elevator, didn't ask no questions. They automatically seen 2 people with helmets on, so they picked up a helmet and put it on. So we're more followers than we're unconscious that we
But
followers.
you know,
So
it's funny. It's funny, Vinny. That I don't mean to interrupt you. It's funny that you said that because that's the same thing that happened with COVID.
no,
Like
this is
people
what I'm
put
saying.
the people put the
That was
mask
a
on.
social, and we talking about how do we get out of the matrix. You're gonna look like an outcast because you don't get along and you don't match everybody no more.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You moving wrong when you looking like everybody else. You
Right.
automatically know you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? That would be common sense, but
But
hey,
Vinny, it also goes back to remember when they always talking about us, right? The black people. So they be like, you know how when a horror movie they say all the white people go towards the drum, like what? Who the hell is that? Like, but then here go the black people running the opposite way, but we always get killed
no,
first.
hey, that's crazy. You said that, but guess what? We are the white people running towards the horror.
Yeah,
Look at us. We run towards the government for help. We run to school for education. We
but
run
they
to the doctors
But
for
they don't
medicine.
even, half of the people don't even know that they could tell their doctor no. Half of the people don't even realize that they're keeping them in the matrix. They
But the,
keep
but, but the
programming them.
whole but the whole thing is, why do these people even exist to us though? Why do
Well,
we even have a belief in what they do?
see, and
In reality,
yeah,
when you go within, you understand you're your own teacher. You understand that you're your own healer. You're your own everything. You make your own decision based off of your purpose. So when you uproot it from a purpose, all of this can make sense and become a conversation at that point.
the whole
So what I'm saying?
yeah, the whole point is you gonna be the victim in the story or you gonna be the hero in the story,
Man,
and you can't be both. So it's like you either gonna you're gonna change your mindset to change the reality that you living in, right? Because they said you got to change people, places, and things. You don't even, but when you do that, that means that the people that you used to be around or may associated with, you may have to disassociate with them for a whole while. It's the hermit. It's like going in hermit mode. Being the popular loner, right? Like everybody wants to be in the big crowds, right? But a lot of us flourish more when we're by ourselves, being able to think, in quiet spaces. Because in all actuality, that's what we're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Because it's too much noise. That's why they got us all in the city. You know?
Oh, like
status.
that's why they say go to the move to the country.
Yeah. Remember when we watched the movie and talking about the deciles of New York City? They said that shit's so loud, bitch, it's like motherfuckers screaming. Remember?
Yeah.
They said it's like people screaming at the top of their lungs. That's how loud the city is. That's not
But
good for the
people love
body.
it though. Some people can't function outside of that though.
Nah.
That's the crazy.
Because
That's why you got a lot of people
because
that's addicted to guys.
because that's the matrix that they don't even realize the noise. It's the distractions. But if you out in the country, what you dealing with? Nature. You walking barefoot. You dealing with animals. You learning how to cook, be healthy, plants,
Prime example.
food.
Prime
Yeah.
example. motherfuckers was sitting here like I never was the type of person to just believe somebody giving me a scenario or a notation like as if it's true. When we moved up here to New York in 88, 89, right? Because it was like December, damn near December 20 something. It was like Christmas when we came up here. So everybody was always talking about, oh, New York, the education system is better, the people that, but I'm gonna tell you like this: from the time that I've been here, and then watching the South explode the way they did, right? Watch the West explode the way they did, right?
But you saying that, but that was the part of our grandparents moving here.
No,
our grandparents brought
But what was the reason for them moving?
The money. That's what I said. The matrix, the jobs.
And this is where we gotta understand. They were moving. They were systematically moving our family members, right? They were taking all the resources out the motherfucker. How they gonna raise us? How they know the grandbabies that came in? They fucking in panic mode.
No, because them baby bloomers was the problem. Because they sat there and left the country to come to the noise, the cities.
But it goes all the way.
I'm talking about it made the babies, because you remember you were already born, and they moved you away from the country, to a city.
Yeah.
And so men, what do you say? Men will perish from the lack of knowledge, and you know, from our so-called ancestors that lacked knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We have perished from it, but now we know better. So we can't even use them for any excuses no more. We know better now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now we the ones in the matrix, not necessarily them, because they might have been part of the matrix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So we gotta hit the eject button.
Unwillingly too. Right?
Right.
You know, you got motherfuckers using technology. You got motherfuckers hitting you with paperwork. Man, I don't even like dealing with that paperwork. And I'm way more up to date with what's going on than them. And I still don't trust that shit. You know what I mean? So just imagine back then.
No, but
to trust anything on a device, you're in the matrix, bro. Just phones, you're in the matrix.
Yeah.
Just filling out a social security number, you're in the matrix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Reading labels on food, saying it's organic, you're in the matrix.
Register. Don't forget registering your car.
I mean, just anything.
Yeah, anything. Like I gotta register a car just to get from state to state.
Prime example.
But I know the crazy part about it. If they shut the matrix down right now, you would die. You have no way to survive.
Why you say that?
How would you survive without the matrix?
No, that's because we have to go back to the country living.
This what they know that we don't know. You can go to the country. How you gonna live if you don't know how to live? You're just there.
No, that's what I said. We could. I ain't talking about everybody.
No, I mean no, we talking about people that's in the matrix though, right?
They not really. They not up to date with that.
And say, hey, I want to disconnect from the matrix. It's almost like you got to detox. You got to detox from the matrix first.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Okay. So check this shit. See, this the difference. I lived in the city, but I come from the country, right? So that upbringing and all of that, and I learned how to plant all kind of shit and stuff like that. So that shit was just in my nature. But the thing is, like what you was saying, is that some people don't know nothing but the grocery store since they've been little, right? These motherfuckers don't know shit. They don't know how to go get no fruit, pick no fruit from the tree. They done took all the fruit trees out neighborhoods and shit. So, you feel me?
That's us as kids. Remember what we do? What we do outside bullshit and playing? Yeah. What was just some shit?
Climb the trees and go eat some fruit. Motherfucker.
Hey, from honey,
get full off that shit too. We won't get down to we was full of shit.
And we
We
over
had
there
to go
getting
take a
stung by
shit after
bees,
that.
fucking with the honeysuckles. Fingers and hands is purple from the mulberry tree. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
But
Picking
now
up
they
cons out of somebody's backyard.
but now they even sit in there, make a long story short, they even sit in there controlling the water. Like they're polluting the water to the point that now you got to see which water is healthy enough to drink outside.
Yeah.
Like
But
they
look,
were the people, the government. That's part of the
but look,
matrix.
look,
They was sitting there putting trash in the water. So how the
but look. Listen, they ain't put trash
don't
in the
forget
water.
the fishes eating the damn pollution.
Right, right. But you know, that's why you have rocks. Like nature purifies itself. And this
Mhm.
is what you call mineral water. Minerals come from rocks. So one thing they got us buying water, but you got to understand it's a natural spring that run all across this planet. It's a natural spring. You know what I
Right.
mean? We don't even know what it is. But you will hear people be like, my grandma had a well in her backyard. What you think it
Yeah.
was
Oh
tapping?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was so where did the spring go? It didn't go nowhere. So
Nope.
why are we complaining and buying water? We're fools.
Yeah.
Right.
They act like they like nigga like them shits is gone and they just this then we this the only way. See, we only operating like it's the only way, and as long as we keep operating with stupidity, they're gonna keep dropping this bullshit on us.
Yeah. And what they tell you salt do to you? What salt bad for you?
Yep.
Salt is a mineral. How can it be bad for you? The salt that they made for you is bad.
Right.
Like you don't even know
No,
natural
no,
salt you got.
no. Tell them what you just read about the blood salt.
Oh,
You were just sitting there telling me about that. We're more water.
oh yeah, we 60% water. Our body is 60% water, and you know what I
It's
mean?
not moving.
And that's the thing, right? But you need the sodium in your body to be able to absorb the water. Let that shit sink in. And see, that's some wild shit. You know what I mean? So it even to tell you to put like a little teaspoon of baking soda in your water and stir it up so that your kidneys can absorb the mud. Like, and we'll be drinking mad water thinking that we getting planet replenished and shit, and then you find out like, hey, I'm still dehydrated, and you like,
You
how?
gotta go get an IV.
You know what I mean?
That's
You like, how, Sway?
You know why though? You know why? Because you're drinking. It's an illusion. Just like the orange with no
Yeah,
seed.
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
drinking some man-made filtered shit. So
Deficiency.
when you drink
That's the
spring
eye.
water,
That's the eye. Like the vegetables ain't real. Like the
Yeah,
water.
you see it, but that shit ain't got no nutrients.
Well, no, to make it even worse, they're telling it. And these niggas still don't get it.
the one thing I can say, like
Right.
you can grow cucumbers, like watermelons, cantaloupes, stuff like that. All that you got to get something out of it for the simple fact it comes from a root. The root comes from the ground. The ground is full of minerals. You got to get something in that way. But the way we
They
do it,
even say that a lot of fruits and vegetables can make more. Like the seeds drop from the sunflowers type thing to make more the plant.
right? Yeah, that's
Think
why I say in scripture say be fruitful and multiply. That's what it's talking about. You're not supposed to eat anything that cannot multiply itself.
nope.
Every pepper you eat, it got what in it? Seeds. Every watermelon seeds, every apple seeds, every
Yeah.
grape seeds. What everybody want now? Seedless grapes.
Well, how
They
about
want
this then?
everything that's seedless.
Well, how about this then? If we talking about we can't fuck with fake stuff on the food level, how about we can't fuck with fake people on the physical level?
I think when you start having a natural diet, your senses are kicked back on, and those people
Yeah.
automatically disconnect and get away from you.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
So some things, you know what I mean? It's just certain corrections we got to do that will correct everything else around us.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
gotta keep living.
right.
And
So a
not
lot
be
of it
so
goes
hard on yourself about shit. You just gotta keep
back.
evolving. That like when you get
Yeah,
stuck, because that's the victim shit, right? When you get stuck thinking like, damn, why well, what I do to deserve this shit? I'm a good person and shit like me. But operating in victim, you know, like why not me, right? Because I'm gonna tell you like this: when I used to be younger, I used to be talking to my higher self like, yo, And then, man, once I'm finished and I'm done, wait till they get a load of this motherfucker that they didn't create it off of the things that they put me through, right? And that's what we see at your complete when you're completing your manifestation of where you were going in life, right? That's the hero's journey, right? So it's like I didn't allow none of this shit to sidetrack me. You know what I'm saying? I had fake ass people trying to assassinate me. I done had probably motherfuckers trying to poison me, and I made it all the way to this point.
But listen, speaking of what you just said, I had just shared that. I said, why you always the victim in all your stories? Your character weak or something?
And
Okay. But
you know
MD,
one of the
please.
number one ingredients to activate a man's higher self. What's the number one weakness of all men? I don't give a damn unless you're a punk, and it's still a weakness.
Them damn emotions, man.
Women?
Sexual desires.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
a high-driven sexual desire
I
in a
said
man,
women, told you.
Yeah.
that's a weak man. Because he'll go put himself in some of the most dangerous situations.
But I had
All
just,
for
hey Vinny, I had just heard a video about that. When they want to get I'm gonna say it this way: when they want to get a strong man in control, they'll send a woman to bring them back down, like take the money, because that's their weakness. Like if it's a guy, a black billionaire, oh, they sending a woman to get
every
babies by
king,
you, take you on child support, take you for almost
right.
everything.
Look, let's just go up on a higher art. Let's go to the high level, like kings, presidents, mobsters, kingpins. They all been took out by a woman. Like I say, the Bible give us the blueprint. Solomon, wisest man ever. Samson, strongest man ever. Got sick on a woman, put a woman on him, took him out, all because they wasn't living by the purpose. They wasn't living by the purpose.
And guess what? It ain't even it is the woman's fault, but it ain't her fault. You know why I
That's
say
why
that? Because she naturally operates in an emotional capacity, right? So she's already feeling things. She's in her feelings, so she's feeling things, right? So when the adversary is going to use a motherfucker, right? Who the best person that I can pick to fuck with their head and get in here and get the kicking shit around, right? And then we look at all of the different things with the medications and shit and this, that, and the third. It's all an attack for the psychosis so that they can attack us. And then we all become weak as shit as one. It's just a cycle. You see what I'm saying? It's just like uploading the virus to the computer, right?
right.
But the
So this
computer is the woman.
right, but the man is the head of the woman, so he should not be getting manipulated by a woman. So he operate unless he's operating at his lower self. So that's the mean in the version of women that they're really talking about. They're not talking about
And the male is
the
supposed to
men that have
lead.
boundaries, huh?
The male is supposed to lead.
Right. So what I'm saying, if you operating at your lower self, how are you being controlled by something that has no value or power? You see what I'm saying? Because you might be in there about 10 minutes. You might be in there 2 minutes. And you didn't lost your whole kingdom for
Because,
2 minutes of pleasure. You
because,
know what I mean?
because we like the society. Well, actually, it's this construct that we under, and it's the way people have been learned to behave.
Being taught.
Right. They learn these behaviors in their time here with elders or people in their peers and shit like that. And we, like you just was saying about that, um the social test experiment that they had did. It's like we know there's more followers now in this time than ever before.
Right.
So that was also a part of the situation too, because they knew that okay, we can get more women to act like this woman here, right?
Okay, so Paul, wait, I got you. So Paul, since he just said that, you heard what he just said. I don't mean to interrupt you. So what's the social experiment where all the men is like transgender? That's the control over the woman or something. I'm a little.
No, that's the
This
usurp.
is why you destroy homes. This is why you take the
Yeah,
leader out.
that's what I'm
You know what I'm
talking
saying?
about. So what's the social experiment where men being transgender or gay now? It's
Because
a lot. It's at the mass now. It's an epidemic. This is
no,
a pandemic
see,
or whatever you want.
No, I think it's just being exposed. It's always been this way.
it's always
That's
been.
why you have stories about Gasada and Gomorrah.
Oh,
This stuff been going on.
hey,
We're just blind to it.
I know, no, but they
that-
even said that with King James.
that's why. See, the matriarch, once the matriarch was taken over, right? See, the woman always, see, we get this shit twisted. That's why, like, we always respected our grandma and we loved, and we'd kill shit and shoot stank about her, right? Because we didn't play those games about our big mama. That's the energy it always been here, right? And guess how your grandmama made you feel? Like a man, right? So you didn't need to put the woman down. The woman put you up in your place. A woman is the one that kings the man. And we can never forget that. That's why we always was taught to respect you already know, kinfolk, when we came up, man, we respected the OGs, man, and they showed us a lot of love and respect in the return. You know what I mean? And that was part of character building, right? So that we could be that king or we could be that soldier, right? Later on. And I think that that's the part of this shit that we lost. We lost our traditions and how we did things, and we started gravitating more to what somebody was teaching us, like some Negro peeing shit. That's another culture, right? And all they did was come and just blend their culture and try to make their culture like it was always ours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's not
Right.
that's far from the truth.
That's where it say, like I say, everything y'all saying is scripture. It's crazy, right? It tell you not to be like the heathens, right? And we didn't follow all the heathen ways, consciously and unconsciously. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I'm not going to use it in that term. I'm going to come with some political shit, right? It's called what? The feminism movement. So now it's hard to put somebody in check because everybody want to be equal when it comes to humans, but like in the wild and in the wild and the safari, they don't play your emotions override the reality game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I want to take your pride over. I'm coming whoop your ass. Ain't no police, ain't no fire truck to call, ain't no IMSA. I'm just coming whoop your ass. Hey, I'm going to kill all your kids because they weak. You know what I mean? And I'm going to rebreed with your woman, nigga. Ain't nothing you going to do about it.
That's the same thing they did for the Tulsa massacre. And all the other massacres here. Because you was basically living by the land. Everybody was doing everything the natural way. And, had their own little, basically, community. This before they took over those lands
and I think we can go back a little further with that feminine movement that you were speaking on. Both of y'all, and I think we even got to go back to the Ottoman Empire, because when we look at those pictures, we know everything been whitewashed. So if you look at all of that shit,
I'm reading the book.
Right. If you look at all of those, you see the statues and you see Caesars and you see all of it, and they got these white people, and that's far from the truth.
Or the white Jesus.
Yep. That's all far from the truth. All of these people were melanated, but they don't want you to know that they were the ones who originated that punk shit. This is why they were cast out from the royal family. See, and we wonder, like, well, why did all of this come with the hijack? Is because they always wanted to push this narrative that they're doing now. That's why when you look at all of them pictures, what kind of clothes was the motherfuckers wearing?
The dresses and women stuff.
Who wear dresses?
Right. So,
See,
this is the crazy part. and this ain't no attack, but this just some crazy shit. They didn't come hijack us. They came and hijacked the women, right? It's more to it, you know what I mean, just to
Yeah,
get to the bottom.
because you right.
But
Because
what
remember,
I mean
even
by that is
Yeah.
the biggest weapon against a black man is the woman. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Because most women have men operating in their what? Lower self. So
Mhm.
now you're gonna follow the woman, which that system you're talking about controls the woman. So that's how they automatically controls you. You
And
know what I
that
mean?
and that's why I was talking about those emotions. Cause emotions don't mean that a woman always upset, right? We got commercials. This is what the TV was set up for, right? Nigga, I'm gonna show you what beauty look like, right? I'm gonna show you what fit supposed to look like, right? You know what I mean? We had our grandmamas and shit used to have them gowns on, titties to they damn thighs. Then you think they gave a fuck about how they body was shaped? You think they was gonna go
All
to
right,
the
look,
BBL,
no,
nigga?
no.
Man, fuck
Hey,
out of here.
but look, this is the crazy part where everything seemed like an attack, but it's like a person got to lay certain shit out. So now, as you as a man, like, how do you enhance yourself physically?
Weightlifting. See,
Putting in work,
weightlifting.
putting in work.
Yup. Or getting the Beijing, the fake. You see, like they're coming with the shit for the men. They did it for the women, but now the feminine shit then got so strong for the men now. Now nigga, they had the contacts. Remember niggas was wearing the contacts?
Right, right, right.
no,
So rewind.
no to make it even.
That was the beginning.
No, but did y'all
Rewind
even?
it. You're right. No, you're right. Rewind it. So men automatically now accept the woman that don't come her 100% self. That's become
Mm.
modern day beauty.
Mm-hmm.
That's become, so now you have it. Look, it been like you say, the contacts, that shit. Niggas was wearing hazel eyes back in the 80s.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
Guess what came after them hazel eyes? Them damn Durango boots.
Y'all stupid.
Hey, so look,
Ooh.
hey, this ain't got nothing to do with you, Byron. I promise you. But look, you would take a woman, and I ain't saying, and I'm not against it. I'm
It's
just saying,
not an attack
90%
on the
of
women
women,
because they're not consciously, they don't
they
know this shit is
eyelashes
really.
ain't real. They hair don't be real. They titties don't be real. They booty don't be real. They lips don't be real. But you better not have on a fake chain, nigga. You better not have on a fake chain, nigga. You know what I mean?
You better not
This
be
is
in
it.
no old ass car neither. Tell you that neither. You understand me?
But
Woo!
it ain't nothing real about me. Nothing real about me. But you better not have on no fake chain, nigga.
See.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Now,
Mhm.
what kind of shoes you got on your feet? Nigga, you better not have no fake shoes on there.
And this is why we can't look. And look,
And we accept it.
yep. We had to drop down to our lowest vibration. And I don't mean all of us, because some of us have
Yeah, we
experienced
have
our
it.
lower selves going through the trauma, right? So that brought you down because it brought you into an emotional stage and rage that you didn't even want. You know what I'm saying? So now it's easy to be accepted when your ass is out here on weirdo time, right? Because everybody look like some weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like he like, what the
Right.
fuck, this shit. You know, and
No, that's funny.
and it's like we see it in real time, and we know this shit ain't. But it's the remember I told you, it's the backwards world we're in. It's like we're looking in the mirror, but we're really the nigga that's in the mirror. That's the realm we're in right now. You understand what I'm saying? We're not the motherfucker that's on the outside looking at the person. And man, I'm trying to tell you, it's inverted. And that was the spell that was put on this motherfucker, man. You see how
Right.
everything that's fucking negative is accepted.
Right.
You think we not in judgment days?
Full fledged.
Motherfucker, somebody like this. Ooh, motherfucker. Ooh. Man, you about to, man, I can't wait to put a lightning bolt in your ass. Ooh. You just can't get right. You understand me?
Right.
With real spit. It gotta come to this point.
Yeah, we in full-fledged judgment, man. But this is normal though.
Man, listen.
Yeah, this.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
we operate our best in total chaos, my G.
Survival
Yeah.
of the fittest.
You know that?
But chaos is peace, though. That's the crazy part.
You
Then
better know
chaos.
that. See, and that's what a lot of people don't know how to control. Like we all have both, we got both characteristics of that in us. But that don't necessarily mean you got to be some nasty motherfucker because you know how to fight, or you know you could hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or I know I got a 1,000 guns at the house. I'm gonna try to shoot me a motherfucker every time I see a nigga. Like, what's that? What? See, ain't no balance in that, right? And it's like once we, because it's really just a collective. All of us is not supposed to get what's coming into this world at this present time right now. So the ones who is, be thankful, be grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like we in a full shift. The solar them solar flares is coming in higher body. Like, what is that? Right? Like, see, that's the shit I'm talking about. There's more to it than meets the eye. If we only seeing less than 1%, we're not even seeing a full 1%. We're seeing 0.005%.
Right.
So that means, man, we on. So the veil is getting thin, and that's where I'm getting at with. Like, I think it's coming to that time, and that was the reason why it's so many people out here crashing out. We was just noticing whatever. I don't like to give them people all the power and credit, right? So like, even though you see how all them people just like last month, everybody was at the beaches, and every time everybody was at the beaches, it was just everybody was starting to trip, right? I don't want to give all that power to, oh, they using this device and they using this because, nigga, I mean, you think nature ain't powerful than these motherfuckers?
That's why they try to control it.
This is why they keep trying to spray that shit to keep them rays. That's radiation coming in.
They really spraying your ass. They controlling you. Because when you know that they ain't powerful in nature, it's a whole new game.
Hey, what a motherfucker do when they got roaches in their house?
Right.
There's too many
Spray
of them.
that right.
But guess what though?
Hey,
You seen the motherfuckers go anywhere yet?
but like
You
cuz
seen them roach? Have you heard a roach? They niggas say hey, we having an issue on the planet. We the roach is about to be an extinct insect. No, you ain't never gonna hear
yeah.
that shit. Just like
So
you ain't
so
never
this,
gonna
this
hear us being extinct.
but hold on, let's go back and look. Let's go back and look, right? What you saying? They don't necessarily got to spray it on you. Hey, when you want to poison a dog, what you do? You give them something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
That
Spray your
medicine.
food.
That
I spray your
medicine.
food. Yeah.
Hey,
So
how about we just watch the video before we got on this bill, and motherfucker poured a Gatorade on the ground, man, and lit that shit, man. That shit was on fire.
hey, hey, but you know, like who sold us that stuff
See
though?
what I'm saying?
I'm saying, see, look, that's like anywhere. Like I don't know. I guess this shit might be popular all across the world, but like Tulsa, uh, like malt liquor is only sold in certain areas, like 211s
Yeah,
and earthquakes and
yeah.
hurricanes and shit. like that make you sick. And all that shit have magnesium in it, right?
Yeah.
Manganese.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, and it's a lead.
Yeah. Drive you
It's a
crazy.
metal. And right, it drives you crazy. And now you can't feel. You be thinking all black people crazy. Don't even know they've been poisoned.
Yeah.
Like they say, all black people lazy. You just poisoned me.
Yeah.
How
And
can
you're
I move?
constantly poisoning me.
Right.
And they are telling people and they still don't see it.
We don't see it.
You know what,
We
guys?
still believe what they saying about our own kind.
I'm tell
We
y'all.
believe that black people lazy too.
I'm gonna tell y'all some shit, man. That's why I be saying we got to pat ourselves on the back when we be getting up and going through this shit that we call life, right? Cause man, like I said, the shit that we don't even see that they doing to our waters, our food, our everything, our clothes.
We trust them. We trust the master. That's
Check it
all
out.
it is.
But check it out. You know how fucked up they really is. See, they fearmonger all this shit they want. Man, the motherfucker like, man, we still ain't killed these motherfuckers, man. So guess what they
But
do?
you know,
Guess what they do though? They put the drugs in the hood. They put the guns in the hood. Them bullets will kill your ass. All this poison we've been doing, you motherfuckers ain't did shit. You niggas ain't grown 8, 9 fingers or extra. None of that shit. This the shit that happened in the study, but you motherfuckers still coming out normal as hell.
I mean, so now, that's why I say they do a lot of separation. So, like, they came out with ADHD, right? Well, ADHD, attention deficit disorder. Well, I can't give you no drug because you can't to make you pay attention.
Right.
So now they came out with ADHD.
Right. Slow down.
So now your kids is medicated on narcotics.
Who did that though?
Right.
Who put their kids on some shit like that, Kenvo?
90% be single parent homes.
Like
God say, 90% of the daddies is in jail for selling narcotics, and the kids is at home on narcotics.
like what age group? Like what year that shit came popular? Like, cause I know that medication didn't like kick in. Like they wasn't giving that shit out like in the 60s and 70s. That shit had to come out like in the 80s or something, right?
Like I think the ADHD came out like somewhere in the late 90s, mid 90s. I know ADHD was in the 80s. I mean 80.
And Thorazine, right? They was giving the kids Thorazine too, right?
Yeah. I was locked up with niggas that was on that type of stuff. They were like, man, I need my medicine. They was really wanting that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that was them damn baby boomers then. If that was like the 80s and 90s, the only motherfuckers that could have had kids around that time was the baby boomers, right? So this the same people. See, them motherfuckers was hoping, like I told you, we was poisoned and we wasn't supposed to make it this motherfucker.
Well, Thorazine came out in 1950.
I know. And then they probably used it all the way until they added that ADH, what he talking about.
What year they come out with ADHD?
ADHD?
Yeah, the H is for hyper. That's to calm your ass down.
That came. Doctors first wrote about core traits like inattention and hyperactivity in 1775.
What about the medication?
That wasn't.
Look at the medication.
In the 1990s, ADHD was already called attention deficient hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, a name established in 1987. However, many people still casually use the older 1980s term ADD or refer to its specific subtypes defined in 1994. They said
So what
They said
like
ADHD officially adopted in 1987, and ADD, the popular 1980s term for the condition, which phased out medically in 1994, but remained common in everyday speech. So that's our era.
they was already putting kids on it basically, you know.
Yeah.
Without you even knowing.
It been around, but that's what they said.
It was for the same cause, basically.
Yeah. But the medicine and the diagnosis came around the 80s, 90s.
Yeah. Because they already had that chiming in off that Thorazine. Yeah. They knew they had to throw something in off that Thorazine, because that Thorazine, people was dying from that Thorazine and having all kind of issues and having baby defects.
But people was sitting there, yeah, basically. Yeah, because it's a lot, man. See, that damn medicine.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
And this is stuff that was, and like you was just saying about the trust, we putting trust in shit. This shit is being passed by the FDA and all of these different health organizations and stuff. And then this shit is straight poison. And we find out all these recalls on all these medications and all of this stuff. Like, it's just.
But that's why they sit there and put animal tested on almost every damn thing and be lying. I ain't no damn rat.
Hey, but see, look, this the guy. This why we gotta quit believing. They don't test no animals. They testing us.
And when you just that's what they calling us the animal, because I sure ain't no rat. That's no.
Right. So they already came up with the ADHD way back then. So they was already having kids on this medicine. They was the damn animals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It seemed like they did it somewhere.
That's like they was shooting me and this thing up with chicken pox. Yeah. You know what I mean? We were animals.
Or the syphilis.
Yeah, that was another group, but I'm just saying this thing was perfect.
You just said something. They injected us with syphilis. They injected us with chickenpox. So why the hell nobody believed they injected ADHD, autism, and all this other shit? What matrix is they in? Because I'm looking like, if they injected syphilis, and then now so many people in Texas, Georgia, and I think Florida got HIV. Like, what is really going on?
But when you're talking about ADHD, that means you can't pay attention. And kids can sit down and watch a cartoon or play a video game, don't get ADHD. I mean, come on. You just can't, they can't get their attention. Right. That goes back to the system. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, it ain't that they have it, because they don't clearly have it. When you can't pay attention and you can't sit still, it's just something that can't keep their attention.
Yeah, it's some shit that they going against anyway, because most of the time kids are so sensitive to things that they don't have no understanding, like, because they're in their rawest stage. You know what I mean? Like, they like, this shit don't make no sense. Like, why would I have to? They ask more questions. They're more question based. You know what I mean? And so they want to erase that part of their mindset and don't ask questions. Just stay. You know what I mean? Basically, silence the children.
Do as I say.
Listen, hey.
Wait, wasn't it a saying? Do as I say.
It's not what I do.
See?
Yeah. Now this is even going. This even gonna go even crazier. Now, told y'all about them cartoons in them 80s. I told y'all they knew who we were, and then we look at the 90s. Now we just looked it up. Now all of a sudden you got all this medication, you got all of this shit, and
but then our cartoons black and white? They added color, or what?
Yeah, I mean they started adding color like in the late 80s. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't start doing.
Or we had a bigger imagination because our cartoons wasn't talking. Remember, like, who was that? Tom and Jerry.
Yeah,
we made the imagination of what, the expressions, emotions. Like we acted it out in our brain what Tom and Jerry was doing.
You know the crazy
Runner, what was that?
Yeah.
we really wasn't just caught up in cartoons until later on.
Yeah, we was
We
outside.
was outside.
Yeah,
We was outside.
yeah.
We didn't care about getting up looking on cartoon. We trying to go outside, shoes on the wrong feet and everything.
Hey, listen.
Nigga still pissy from the night before, nigga. Shit.
Hey,
Hey.
yeah, yeah. We wasn't gonna get no TV time anyway, man.
Right.